Let's talk about a 2018 iMac. So I've never actually made a video, Leaks and Rumors episode on an iMac before, but that was mostly because there wasn't anything exciting and anything interesting in terms of the iMacs. But 2018 might actually be the biggest year for the iMac ever since 2012. So yeah, grab some snacks. I have a lot of stuff that I want to talk about in this video. Here's everything to expect in terms of Apple's new 2018 iMac redesign. So yeah, enjoy. Okay, so the reason I'm making this video is because the iMac might be getting its first big redesign ever since 2012. So we actually got the current iMac redesign back in 2012, but even that design was basically a thinned out version of the 2009 iMacs. So essentially you could say that from the front at least, we haven't seen a single iMac redesign since 2009, 9 years ago, which is crazy. Now in 2014 we did get an iMac with a Retina display, but it basically had the exact same design as the 2012 models. And then last year we got the iMac Pro, which again featured the exact same design, just, with a space gray color. But that was pretty much it. No major design change since 2009, so we are actually expecting a redesign with the 2018 iMacs. So the main issue at the moment when it comes to the current gen iMac design is mostly in terms of the bezels. The bezels on this thing are basically huge. They're as thick as me holding two fingers together, and then the bottom bezel or the chin is even more massive. And this is something that Apple will definitely change with the new design, a much thinner bezel as well as a much thinner chin. Now if you take a look at the MacBooks, the 2016 redesign, those came with an even thinner display frame than the previous model. But the reason why Apple didn't make the MacBooks truly bezel-less is because, they're laptops. So you need a bit of bezel so that you can actually add that rubber seal on the corners so that when the lid is closed, it actually protects the display. But the iMac is a desktop computer, which means that most of the time it would actually stay in one place. So essentially we could have a full bezel-less display. And of course that we do need some room for the front-facing camera, for the ambient light sensor. So overall, I think that this is how the 2018 iMac is going to look like in the best case scenario. So this is a concept that we did for the 2018 iMac redesign, and essentially you have almost zero bezels on the front. They're actually the same size as an iPad Pro's side frame. We get the same wedge-shaped design on the back, and of course some updated accessories as well. Now, I wasn't really sure how Apple was going to redesign the accessories, so the keyboard and the mouse and the trackpad, but the keyboard would mostly remain the same design, just with hopefully a touch bar. That's as soon as Apple fixes the power consumption issues that they're having right now with a touch bar. We've actually had some reports on this, that Apple's working on a touch bar Magic Keyboard, and they're actually having some power consumption issues because, the touch bar consumes a lot of power. You have the Touch ID as well, and all of this has to run on the internal battery. So this is something that Apple needs to fix, and as soon as that's fixed, a touch bar keyboard would probably be coming out. So hopefully that's soon. And then the Magic Mouse is also in a desperate need of an upgrade, mostly because of how uncomfortable it is. And also, if you guys remember how innovative the Magic Mouse was to charge, yeah, so the Magic Mouse definitely needs some updates. And then when it comes to the Magic Trackpad, that's already a pretty great product as it is. Right now, we get a full Force Touch support on the actual trackpad. We also get haptic feedback, so I don't think that Apple's going to make any major changes in terms of the Magic Trackpad. But one of the major changes though, in terms of the new iMacs, would be when it comes to the cooling system. So pretty much all Macs, apart from the Mac Pro, all of them thermal throttle. The iMac Pro had a redesigned cooling system, and it's actually performing still much better than the regular iMacs because of that. But it's still not perfect. In some cases, it still thermal throttles if you leave it to run for 24/7, basically for a few days. But it's an improvement when it comes to the actual iMac. And by the way, at the moment, with the current generation 2017 iMacs, we have so much empty, unused space inside the chassis. So a much better cooling system similar to the iMac Pro's one is most likely coming to the new iMac redesign as well. Now, of course, that same as with the iMac Pro, the RAM would unfortunately not be upgradable anymore. So everything would be as you order it in the first place in order to achieve that better cooling in such a thin form factor. Okay, so thinner bezels, some slightly updated accessories, and better cooling. But what about the actual specs of these new 2018 iMacs? Well, in terms of the processor, the maxed out 27-inch 5K iMac, that one already comes with the top-of-the-line consumer-grade desktop processor from Intel, and that's actually the Intel 7700K processor. So the 2018 models would actually come with the Intel 8700K processor, which has already been released, by the way. This is a really major upgrade, actually, from the 7700K processor from last year. So this one is a 3.7 GHz processor with a turbo boost to up to 4.7 GHz, but now we actually get a cache of 12 megabytes, And what's even better is that now it's a 6-core processor instead of a 4-core processor. So long story short, you get 12 threads instead of 8 threads. So if you're doing rendering or even video editing, you're going to notice a very big performance gain over the 2017 model, especially when it comes to 3D modeling and rendering, just because of those 4 extra threads. Now, when it comes to the RAM, 64 gigabytes is the maximum supported by the 8700K processor at 2666 megahertz. So yeah, 64 gigabytes would be the maximum that Apple will be offering on their website, which is actually identical to what the 2017 iMacs have to offer. So no changes in terms of the RAM apart from the frequency. And actually one of my predictions is that, in terms of the 2018 iMacs, is that Apple will be removing the Fusion drive entirely and they will only offer flash storage for the iMacs. Now, that's because Fusion drives, they don't actually work that well with APFS. APFS, this is the new Apple proprietary file system that Apple introduced with macOS High Sierra. And this was actually designed specifically for flash storage. So yeah, Fusion drives are most likely going to be removed with the 2018 iMacs. And finally, I haven't really talked about the GPU. So what GPU is this new iMac going to come with? Well, to be honest, in terms of the GPU, this is the only thing in terms of the specs that we don't really know about. So NVIDIA is expected to launch a new lineup in 2018, in mid-2018 actually, so it would fit really well with the iMac release, which is going to be around October or November 2018, by the way. But Apple's probably going to stick with AMD as they've done in the past. So what AMD graphics cards are coming in 2018? Well, AMD might be releasing the successor to the 580, which might be included in the new iMacs, so we might be seeing that, but if not, I don't know, definitely not a Vega GPU. Those are exclusive for the iMac Pros. And something that I do want to mention when it comes to this iMac is Face ID support. It might be coming to the iMac, especially if Apple doesn't release an updated keyboard with Touch ID and the touch bar. So Face ID is probably coming to the iMac. Apple wants to implement this on all of their devices. We have it on the iPhone. It's coming on the iPad in 2018 as well. And the iMac, this new iMac redesign, might be the first Apple product to come with Face ID, Apple Mac product. Other than that, we'll also see an updated T3 processor for handling even more operations than the T2, which is on the iMac Pro. And this is currently the chip that handles all the boot sequence, basically the entire boot sequence, the speakers, the video camera signal processing, and many, many more. So this is basically the brain, the processor behind the main processor, the brain behind the brain, basically. So yeah, there you go. This is everything we expect in terms of the 2018 iMac redesign. Let me know in the comments, what do you want to see in an iMac redesign? What changes? And by the way, is any of you still using a desktop computer, or is everyone still using a laptop? Fun fact, I'm still using my 2015 iMac, the Retina iMac that I got maxed out in 2015 as the main editing machine behind these videos. So yeah, that's the main editing and rendering machine. And speaking of renders, those renders that you've seen in this video, the concept renders and all the previous ones in the previous videos, they take literally days to render on this iMac, literally like 3 full days. That's a 24-hour operation. So yeah, it handles 4K video fine. 10-bit video is a bit more difficult, and when it comes to the concept renders, they literally take days to render. So yeah, 18-core iMac Pro, not really, Mac Pro, 20-core or whatever it is, that's probably going to be my next upgrade. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think about this new iMac, and also subscribe if you want to see more interesting tech videos and leaks and rumors episodes like this one, and also new notifications by tapping on that bell icon so that you don't miss on a brand new ZONEofTECH video. Feel free to give us a like if you enjoyed it, let me know. It took a pretty long time to make, and this has been pretty much it. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'm Daniel. I'll see you guys in my next one. ZONEofTECH, signing out. Cheers.